En este nuevo episodio de Kichi's Kitchen, Krishna nos espera con un
ardiente
y delicioso pan amasado.
Ay.
Todos van a decir quiero pan con esta receta tematizada Natassja, la reina de los bajitos. Así que sin falta, nos vemos en Kichi's Kitchen y...
¡Beijinho! ¡Chao, chao!
En los 100 años del cine, Noche de Ronda, en este ciclo que le ha permitido a usted conocer a una de las grandes estrellas, nuevamente le va a presentar a una gran estrella del cine. Señoras y señores, Natassja Kinski. How are you? Thanks for coming, Natassja.
Thank you.
Natassja, la primera pregunta que quiero hacerte es, cuando te descubrieron, ¿siempre habías pensado ser actriz?
No, not at all. I thought of two things, of being a dancer, like a fantasy, a dancer, a singer, but a dancer more than that, and of being a doctor.
A doctor?
Yes, but not an actor, because it seemed to me that even though maybe dancing and acting might be close, but not at my mind at that time. It seemed that when you're an actor, you're never home, you're never with your family, you're never, you know, when I was a child, that's what I thought.
Tú estabas en una discoteca bailando y te descubrieron, ¿quieres ser actriz?
Yes, no, I was living with my mother alone, and we had, my mother wasn't able to work at that period. And like in many families, we were going through a very difficult period, financially and in many ways. And somebody asked me, and it was the wife of the director. She was very sweet, and I thought, I'm going to tell my mother, and they were very nice. And all I thought was, I want to take care of my mother. I want to take care of us. And that made me very happy, made me respond yes immediately.
En la película Tan lejos, tan cerca, del director Wim Wenders, tú interpretaste a un ángel guardián. ¿Cómo te preparaste para este papel?
Well, I saw his first movie before the wall of Berlin came down. The wall was still up before 1989, so I saw his...
El muro de Berlín.
Yes. And I saw his movie many times. We were talking a lot about what an angel is in his mind, in Wim Wenders' mind, and he said that angels are suffering in his mind because they see all the sadness, beautiful things too, but the sadness that is going on in the world, and they cannot prevent it. They can soothe the people, and they can be close to people, but they cannot prevent it. To prevent it, you have to be human.
Claro.
So I thought about that, and it made sense to me. And
pero antes de esta película, tus papeles proyectaban una imagen de una mujer entre naïve y perversa. En la película Los amantes de María, por ejemplo. Los directores de cine tienen el poder y la capacidad para poder definir un personaje y hacerlo cambiar tanto.
of course, that's the most important thing in a movie. The story, like Orson Welles used to say, the most important is the script, and the script. And I agree with that, but for me as a director, you know, and it is your responsibility as an actor to make it true and to make it happen or not. Obviously, you have a huge responsibility as an actor, but the director, for me, is like a father, a parent. With you, with the communication, it's with him that you arrive at hopefully a good result. That's always my wish. So always, when I don't succeed, I always say, well, the director, he wasn't there, he didn't tell me. Of course, it's my responsibility. It's our responsibility as actors to make a good part and to convince people. But the director is, for me, the most important element.
Los directores de cine gritan, stop, dicen, ah, no, Natassja, no, no, ah, de esta otra manera, this way, not that way. ¿No?
Yeah, some directors think they have to be very harsh, but you can be harsh and strict because you have to be sometimes. But if the actor still feels that there's love behind it, it's good. It's okay.
¿Y qué recuerdos tienes de haber trabajado con Roman Polanski?
I knew him before I did tests. He was one of my most educated person I've ever met in my life. You could ask him anything, and he knew. So I asked him a million questions. When we started the movie, he was very severe and loved by the crew of his movie. The crew was very big, very prepared, very professional, and so he asks of you also to be very prepared and very professional. And if you're not, you know, you will feel it. The next day you better get ready. And he gave me a big opportunity to portray a big role that he was going to have his wife play, Sharon Tate. And the story by itself, but mostly the fact that Sharon Tate was supposed to play it, I took it very, very, very much to my heart, and it was the most important period of my career.
Natassja, yo creo que ustedes sepan que es Natassja, no es Natassja Kinski. We will say Natassja, es Natassja.
You say it very good.
Natassja significa resurrección. Es bonito, qué bonito nombre. Tú dijiste en una oportunidad, Natassja, que no es importante no traicionar los sueños. Hay gente que está viendo Noche de Ronda que al primer obstáculo renuncian a sus sueños. ¿Cómo se hace para no traicionar los sueños?
I think we're all close to giving up on our dreams. Sometimes it can happen, and that's the moment where you have to be the strongest. I don't think you should ever give up on your dream, ever. I mean, no matter if the whole world says, you know, this cannot happen, or you know, if all the evidences are that it won't happen, you have to stick to your dream. This is very, very important for all of us.
El camino es rocoso.
You have to have the faith,
rocky,
and you have to keep on working hard and believing
duro.
and hang on to your dreams, always.
¿Y en qué circunstancias te convertiste alrededor del año 1988 al catolicismo?
I had both my children. I didn't have 3 yet, I had 2. And I had no direction. I told you that when I was little. No religion, no direction, no nothing. And I think children, they look for it, always. And if they hear something somebody says one day, or they become friends with a mother or father of somebody, and it's like a voice that calls you when you're a child. And I always knew that I needed it, but I didn't know how. And when I grew up, I created my own religion. And when I had my children, I think I owe them a direction. I didn't know how, because there's various religions I believe in. But I thought I wanted them to be baptized. I cannot explain it, because it was like a voice inside. And I got baptized with them, or they with me. And it was a quick decision. And that doesn't mean that we're Catholic and that's it. No, they will choose what is best for them.
Yo quisiera cambiar un poco de tema, Natassja, y pedirte que tú hagas tú has trabajado con muchos actores y actrices muy famosas, y quisieras un pequeño recuerdo de Gerard Depardieu.
you know, we have images of people we admire, or some people, let's say, have image of me, or Nella Muti, or Catherine Deneuve, or Marilyn Monroe. Many people, I think, saw her as something that inside she wasn't at all. Love her so much. And the image very often is not at all how the reality is. So Gérard Depardieu, for example, he was this big man, and I saw almost all of his movies and loved him as an actor. And this big person walks in, and he suddenly is very much like a child, very gentle. And I thought, look at that. He's like, you know, not at all what I thought he would be. Or he was very helpful to me and very, very nice. Very mysterious.
Misterioso.
Mastroianni, I always loved also from 8.5 and La Dolce Vita, which you show with Anita Ekberg in your show. The scene with him and Anita Ekberg is one of the most amazing. I mean, it stays in your fantasy, in your always. When I worked with him, he was much older, and he was very, again, very much posed, very funny, very much for me at the time. I was so
Very
young.
Italian, muy italiano.
Very Italian, very much a father figure. So for me, it was like immediately, you know, I didn't really have a father. So when I would work with actors like him, I would feel very secure and very, that I thought everything's going to be okay, that kind of thing. It was very, very nice.
Y también trabajaste con Alcaíno. O sea, perdón, con Al Pacino. Con Al Pacino.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, because I shouldn't have done the movie. I was not prepared. They should have taken another actress. I really do think that. But I'm very thankful that I could work with him. I loved Al Pacino so much as an actor. I went to see his play in New York, The American Buffalo, 12, 14, 15 times. I don't even remember. I used to take all my friends to see him, and I used to watch him close. It was a play. All the people could sit around very close. And then later I did a movie with him, and I used to watch him work and watch what he said. And he was saying something about the mask, that we all, very often we have a mask, not only when we, as actors, but in life. And sometimes we don't realize we have a mask, and we get so used to wearing this mask that it's hard to know how we really feel anymore. And it's important to be true to ourselves and to know how we really feel. All these things he said, I always remember.
Al Pacino.
Great actor.
Scent of a Woman. ¿Eh?
Yes, fantastic.
Sí.
My God, amazing.
Y de Robert Mitchum, ¿qué recuerdos tienes?
Robert Mitchum, he like monument. My God, he was.
¿Es grande?
I used to watch. I always used to watch. This is why I really want to direct. I want to write. I want to direct. You know, I want to do documentaries. I want to direct because I love to watch people and see what they're like and who they are when nobody's looking, and what they say and why they say it and why they behave a certain way and why they seem rude and inside they really want to be nice. And just in general, I love that. It's my passion. But that has nothing to do with Robert Mitchum. He didn't talk much. He was very professional, and I could tell, my God, this man has done like amazing movies, so many movies. And this must be for him just another movie.
Another one. O sea, otro.
Not at all. I think actors, especially the actors we love, are always, until they're 100 years old, I think every time is like the first time, or new, everything new. So it was great to watch that. Somebody who's been around for so long, and everything was still new to him. And he didn't talk much to me. I asked him what it was like to work with, said that he was just giving him 2 words after one scene, either just a little more or just a little less. And he had to deal with that through the whole movie. It was like a huge, enormous movie. And he said sometimes you have to hear what to feel what you don't hear. You have to just go through the lines, and even if somebody says nothing, you have to feel it as an actor. You have to. So there was a scene. He helped me.
Cambiamos de scene, cambiamos. ¿Cómo es tu español? How is your Spanish?
No muy bueno.
Pero
no muy bueno. I speak Italian perfect. I used to speak Spanish when I was little.
Auch ein bisschen Deutsch.
And ein bisschen Deutsch.
¿Y cómo marca a una mujer con tus características el haber sido transformada en un momento como en un sex symbol?
When I was very young, I used to be a little bit disturbed by it because I started when I was 12. I did movies, and it started to be my job, school and movies and back and forth. And suddenly they say, oh, this sex symbol, this sex kitten, or she's this and she's that, and it wasn't at all what I was.
Kinski.
Right. It wasn't at all what I was like. It wasn't at all what I was feeling or trying to portray. I was trying to do what they asked me to do. But I was growing up, I was going through puberty, and I was trying to understand what I want to do in my life. I always wanted a family and children, solid, again, something I never had. And so all the image, sometimes it disturbed me. Sometimes I thought, okay, whatever. They think I'm blue, I'm really red, whatever. After a while you give up. You also can guide your image, and you have to take responsibility. If you're stupid like I was, and very young, do something stupid, you pay for it. You pay the price. Later, you pay the price. But very often, the image we get as performers often has not much to do with what we really are like.
Pero tú eres muy bonita, muy bonita.
Thank you.
Y esto es una ayuda en tu vida y en tu carrera. O sea, ¿te ha ayudado?
I many times I ask myself that because I see how it helps other people, and I observe, that it obviously helped me too. But I don't like that.
Yo te entiendo.
I don't like that fact because I thank God for what He gave me, and my mother and everything. But sometimes, I think if I was this and if I was that, or I see people commenting when I don't look good. They comment on that. They say, look at her now. She looks like this, or she's like that, or she's finished. And it hurts me for me, but it hurts me in general because even though it's a wonderful gift that you get, it's when you're not, or when you're old, or when you're sick, then what? It's double edge cut.
Double edge. ¿Y cómo te gustan los hombres? Tengo que preguntarle esto porque hay muchos admiradores aquí y en sus casas. Lots of.
I love men.
Brown hair, de este color el pelo.
Oh, you mean physically?
Los ojos.
What do you mean?
Les yeux.
Like you. It's like asking me what kind of colors, what kind of music I love. It's like it's hard because there's so many types. But I like a man to be able to communicate and to be able to find with a woman a way to be respectful to the woman. Really learn how to love her even when things are bad, and who are courageous.
Chilenos, como los chilenos.
Oops. Gentle, smart, and sticking to their dream too.
¿Qué tipo de películas te gusta ver cuando tú vas al cine? Acción, drama, romance, amor, comedia.
First of all, I like to see everything, almost everything. So with my children, I go and see all the action, or the boy, all the action movies.
Lion King,
I have
El
to
Rey
see
León,
with him.
Pocahontas.
With her, I see the more romantic Pocahontas, the Walt Disney. The other day we went to see Clueless with Alicia Silverstone. She's already very aware of her femininity. And the baby we take to a little bit of everything. And of course I love drama, and I love comedies, and I love everything. As long as it's, it's good. I realize that the audience can be very demanding. Because when I go to the movie, I am very demanding.
Porque tú eres actriz, pues.
I'm an audience when I go. So I want to see, and I hear the people talk when they go to a movie. And people don't have much money, the normal amount. And when they go and pay a ticket, they want to be having a good time. They want to be convinced. Drama, comedy, whatever it is. And when I sit there, I feel the same. And I love going to the movies, but I don't like to be disappointed. So I think, damn, if they see me in something I'm not good in, they're going to be really disappointed in me. And it gives you a lot of pressure, but it makes your work pay more attention.
Y Natassja, tu fin de semana ideal.
The weekend, you always wish that you have a peaceful weekend and everything goes okay and you don't have to think about work and nothing goes wrong. Very often it's not like that. But you try to do things you don't usually do in the weekdays.
Ver televisión en la cama,
No. Oh, okay. Or stay in bed. Stay in bed most of the day. Eat in bed, stay in bed, watch television in bed, and just be in bed, because usually you get up like at 6 in the morning. I do. 6:30 in the morning.
Me too. Yo
or
también.
go out. You too? You get up that early?
Very early, muy temprano, en la mañana.
I love the morning, but sometimes
Pero
you
cuando
like to.
tú comes en cama, se caen las migas del pan. Y
I know, but I don't care. Do you?
Yo tampoco, entonces.
I
No.
really don't. I just want to be,
Sí.
nobody bothering you and stuff. Or you go to the beach or to the mountains or go out,
Y nos salen los paparazzi.
go swimming.
Oye, hay Natassja Kinski.
Never,
¿No hay paparazzi?
Never.
¿Tú los buscas?
never.
¿No?
No, they're not there and I don't look for them.
¿Y tus hobbies? Windsurf,
I love to
skateboard.
swim.
Swim.
I love to swim. I think I was a fish before. I love to swim. I love to read. I think I get very little time to read, so I love to take time to read. I love to do something that I don't know that is going to happen. I mean, that's my hobby.
Surprise.
Just be surprised, or surprise other people that I love with something outrageous. That's it. My hobby is living a good life. That's my hobby.
¿Cómo te han tratado
And
aquí en
being
Chile?
happy is my hobby. That's it.
Being happy. ¿Y
It's
aquí,
very hard to be
aquí
happy.
en Chile has estado happy? ¿Contenta? ¿Te han tratado bien?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The people, honestly, I mean, everybody thinks I'm just saying that. They've been so sweet with my kids and with me. I just, thank you so much.
Qué bueno.
Very much.
Natassja, te deseamos mucha suerte, mucho éxito, que lo pases muy bien con tu familia, que tengas muy bonitos recuerdos de nuestro país y de nuestro programa, y te agradecemos mucho que hayas venido a conversar con nosotros y con nuestros amigos en Noche de Ronda. Muchas gracias.
Les voy a contar rapidito que en la última parte de Noche de Ronda, Manolo Otero viene a cantarnos su gran éxito Tengo todo el tiempo del mundo. Pero yo no tengo todo el tiempo del mundo. Me voy con ella. Adiós. ¡Chao!
No, bailar,